guys? Rob from Georgia here with you, aka VHS82 apostrophe, with our ongoing 31 days of horror. Gotta love October, gotta love Halloween, gotta love every bit of it. You knew we were gonna get here at some point, right? I mean, tell me you didn't, right? Halloween 2, man. I knew I said favorite directors. It's hard to call a favorite director when you cling to one film. But if the one film is Halloween 2, the direct follow-up to John Carpenter's masterpiece, well then you still gotta mention it, right? I mean, it's Rick Rosenthal. I mean, and actually, to be honest here, some say really John Carpenter might have been, directing from behind the scenes. Haven't we heard this story before? And whether he was or wasn't, maybe he didn't want to be credited. Maybe he was willing to give Rick the credit, like Howard Hawks was willing to give Christian Ivey on The Thing from Another World, or like, well, no, I think this is more the case. Poltergeist was Toby's movie. I know Spielberg's essence is all over that movie, but I don't know. But who knows? I will never know the complete total truth of these things. But Halloween 2, man. Right, direct pick off from the night before. Again, we already said Rick Rosenthal. This runs 1 hour and 32 minutes. You've probably already seen it a mess of times by now, man. This is day 21, right? Happy Saturday. Probably marathon and Halloween as I drop this thing. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis comes back. Donald Pleasance, Charles Cypher, Lance Guest, man, love him. Dick Warlock is the shape. John Carpenter teams up with Alan Howarth on the score. Dean Cundy, man, shooting this bad boy. Look, this is this has got to be, and this is Scream Factory put this out, of course. I've got their 10 film collection too that they put out, which is really awesome. I love how this movie bookends itself. I love the beginning. When the good doctor is like, call the chef, call the police, and the guy's like, is this a joke or something? I've been tricked and treated to death's den or whatever, and I love it, man. He's just like, you don't know what death is, and then you get the end, man. I think it's one of the greatest moments in cinema history that completely had the rug pulled out from under it. I know you gotta have a franchise. It's too good to let go. But when the good doctor and Michael are in the hospital room at the end, man, and you got the gas flying, man, and it's just like, Michael, finish. Nobody lives through that junk, man. I don't care. Nobody lives through that junk. It is what it is. Some of my favorite moments, though, growing up as a kid, there's that epic scene. I say epic, but there's that scene when in the hallway in the hospital, when Michael comes out behind that one nurse all dressed in white, and he just comes up behind and picks her right up, man, and her shoes just fall off her feet, and he just holds her for a minute, and then she falls off the I guess it's the scalpel, right? Falls off the scalpel onto the floor. That's always been a cool moment. I remember, to the end when he. When they let Jamie Lee, Laurie Strode back in the hospital, she's been hiding out in the car, and they're in there, and Michael comes, man, and they see him coming, and I love it. He just walks through the glass, and they just put him down, and of course, that idiot's got to go up there and hang right over and like, he's not breathing, get away from him, and then, but when he rises up, man, I don't know. My memories as a kid was, at that point, Michael was bigger than life, and he was the absolute definition of Halloween. I don't see that scene quite the same way anymore. I'm not sure why. I remember reading the novel, though, the novelization as a kid. I used to read that thing over and over and over. And so it was interesting. Like, I think in the novelization, Michael hitches a ride in the back of their Mustang, doesn't he? And that's how he gets to the hospital. He doesn't walk all the way to the hospital like is surmised in the movie. He hitches a ride in the back of the trunk, I think, if I remember the novel right. I don't remember it all, though. I wish I still had it. I don't know whatever happened to it. But the final confrontation between the Doctor, between Loomis and Michael, has got to be one for the memory books. And I just, in a way, I love the franchise. This is probably my franchise more than Nightmare, more than any other, although I love Phantasm. This is my more than Friday. I love that one, but Halloween is probably my franchise. Really, as a franchise. If I had to just pick one, and if I had just go into a desert island and you just said you're only allowed one franchise, take it and leave the rest. Well, that would be tough. It would be made easier if I said, can I have a franchise and have a loosely connected trilogy? Because I would take Halloween franchise and I would take the Gates of Hell trilogy with me, and I would be happy. Would I trade the Gates of Hell trilogy for the Halloween franchise? Now there is a question for the ages. What is there not to love about this movie? It's got flaws, but I mean, it is one of the, I'm not going to call it the best sequel ever, but is it? I mean, I hate the fact that the end gets undone. Why does Rob undo perhaps what is the greatest ending in film history with Freebird and Devil's Rejects, and undoes it by the third chapter, which is fine. It's just, I just wish good endings stayed good endings. You know what I'm saying? So at some point you're gonna marathon this mess, man. Maybe a few of these you're gonna watch more than once during this lovely month. And this is definitely one I'll revisit a few times before this month is out. And then, of course, just because October's gone doesn't mean we're not watching this, right? But it is a good time. It is a good time, right? Halloween. Rick Rosenthal. Yes. We always end these things off with Go Bills.
This is not a dream. Not a dream.
We might be useful to